Yo peeps, so I'm going to show you something hopefully you think it's pretty dope. It is super dope. It's going to be so I've been working on a VIN decoder for Camaros right now. It'll do other things, but right now it does basically third generation, fourth generation, some fifth generation Camaros. Um, and I've got it working for the VIN. But one of the things it doesn't do, there's VIN decoders out there, but there are not RPO decoders that I've seen that are any type of reliable. And so, just to show you what an RPO code is, so if you can see this right here, this is off of my 1999 WS6 that I took today, right? This is an actual picture of it. You can see right here that it actually has the VIN, um, and that it has all these three-character um, things around here, right? And so these are actually the VIN will tell you some generic things about the car, like where it was made, if it's GM or not, if it's convertible or not, year, and engine options or something like that, just some basic levels type stuff. But once you get these RPO codes, which they all have them, my 1990, I had a 1986 IROC that had it. My 1991 has it. My 1995 Z28 has it. My 1999 W6 has it, and my 2014 ZL1 all have it, right? And so they're the same format, three characters. But if you start drilling down into these are actually the options that come in the car: leather, or cloth. Transmission options. For this particular one, you can see that it has the WS6 option right here. That means it has the wheels and suspension package along with the ram air. It also has WS9, but all WS6s are WS9s. It's just a formula conversion. But like for example, rear spoiler is T43, right? Factory rear spoiler. Third generation will have like a Y99, so you can see that it's a Trans Am, not a WS6, but it's a WS6 minus everything, or with everything minus the 16-inch wheel option on the third gen. So this is where you can actually get a picture of things. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. But you can actually get this information. You can get meaningful things about the car. I see it's a manual now, but has it always been a manual? How rare is this one in this certain color with this transmission options with T-tops or not T-tops, hard top, right? Uh, and you can see that it has the LS1 right here. So it's very useful to figure out rarity of cars or just exactly what the car is. And there's nothing like this. So one of the ways you could do this is you could actually look online traditionally and just decode it yourself. Look and see, go through all the tons of options and figure out which one your car has and write it down in his favor, and that's ass, obviously. So, or you could put this in one by one and then have it decode it. That's also ass because there's a lot of these, and one letter makes a difference, right? One character change makes a complete difference, so you can mess up and have the wrong thing. And so the only real way to do this is to be able to take a picture of it and it decode it from there. So that's exactly what this does. So what you're about to see is this is an actual picture I took today. I also have one of my 94 Z28 that I'll do later. But it's actually going to get the VIN, decode the VIN, and it's going to go through these RPO codes. And if they exist, it's going to convert them into text, and then it's going to decode them, and then it'll tell you what you have. So right now I have this the prototype of the VIN decoder built out in an app, and this will also be a part of it, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you. So this is an actual picture, real picture, that gets converted into text with AI and then decoded, right? So check this out. So here it is over here. This over here on the left side is just the server side stuff, the back end that actually lives in like Google and things like that I built out. That's not super important, just to tell you what that is. And 200s are good. That's all you need to know. And let's go ahead and run it. So I'm gonna run it right here. Hopefully it works. Yep, it's up. That's just to make sure that it kicked off. And then cool, it decoded it. So you can see the VIN right here, which is awesome. Also, where it starts to do the actual VIN decoder, it's right here. So this looks funky if like you're not used to like, you know, software engineering and things like that. But all this is I can put this information into an app or a website or something like that. It's readable by other things, right? It's machine readable. And so what I did is, obviously not ideal right now, but this is just proof of concept. I just have it print out here what it finds, right? So this is my actual car, so I can vouch for a bunch of these things, right? So, and there's also, just so you know, with the VIN, there's some funkiness. This works all for Camaro stuff. This Pontiac's obviously not a Camaro. It's a Firebird, right? Um, and so they share a lot of the same things, but there's some stuff that's obviously different. But like, for example, it's definitely 1999. This is the production number. It was definitely made in Canada. It starts with a 2. It's obviously not a Camaro. I put that in there, knowing that this would probably be the case. Not a Chevy. This engine stuff right here is a little weird. Maybe these have different horsepower ratings. I don't think that is the case at all, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it just the codes change, right? But it totally is a coupe, and it's a General Motors car, right? So I'll have this working with the Firebird stuff later, but I tested it with all the Camaro stuff, and that's what I was trying to do at first. So, but that is not necessarily the cool part. That's cool too, but the coolest part is it actually took those RPO codes and decoded them from a picture. From a picture. Like, nobody put these in. This was a picture that's on my computer. You can do things like I can have it send from the app. You take a picture in the app, and it sends it, and then it decodes it, and sends you the output. And you saw how quickly it did it, right? So, because it's not actually running on my machine. It is running in the cloud. So when I hit enter and it came back, that's how quickly it does it. So, but you can see, like, here's the seats I have, and it's totally the driver one. The passenger one is totally manual. But for example, the WS6 performance package right here, right? Mine is the WS6. That is the WS6 performance package, just letting me know that. Also, the car started up red. I don't know if you can see in this picture, but it's purple, right? I did that. I had somebody do that. But it started out maroon whenever I got it, and then I figured out that it was red. So, there we go. Also, the leather package, Trans Am base coupe, some other stuff. It tells you, things like the gear ratio. So, like, if the gears are different, whenever you get it, you can tell that, hey, this totally came with a 323 and not a 373 or a 273. What gives somebody mess with something. Also, you get the brakes, and you also get the transmission, so 4-speed automatic. So you can tell that hey, this now has a T56 in it. Manual transmission. Somebody converted this. It's probably not as good as maybe let me take a look at it. But you can also once I get more data from people doing this, you can start registering the cars, and you can start saying, hey, I have the only bright red WS6 with a hard top or something like that, right? And then we can start making kind of a game out of it, or just seeing stuff. And you can also tell if there's any questions you have about the car, you just take a picture of the RPO code. It decrypts the VIN. It'll have more information about the VIN stuff, and then it'll tell you. Some people badge up their V6s and things like that. I don't know, but or for reals though, formula conversion into a WS6. That happens all the time. Or just a Trans Am with a Ram Air hood on it, right? And with a WS6 badge. It's not a WS6. It's not here. It's not in the RPO code. Either the RPO code is not the original, or it's not a WS6. One of the two is messed up, and so yeah, it's not that. So anyway, super cool. I'm gonna test this with my Z28 later. And then I'm gonna start working on 3rd gen and the 5th gen stuff. I gotta go figure out some things for the 5th gen, but it totally works for 2010 and 2014 right now. Just gotta make some few tweaks, and then obviously I gotta make some tweaks to the Firebird stuff. But anyway, thanks for checking it out, and yeah, it's super dope. I can't wait to get it finished.